the Going Way
Going Way
Back
Back.
Show with Money B.
That's it.
Classic hip hop,
Imagine.
raw and uncut.
It's the Going Way Back Show with Money B, your home for classic hip hop, raw and uncut. And I'm joined as always by my lovely co-host and super producer, Ty Teasy in the building. Ty Teasy, what it do?
What it do?
On track like a choo-choo. Well, you know, this week's sponsors, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with them, dumerch.com and 90shiphop.com, where you can get your officially licensed digital underground, there you see, and classic 90s hip-hop merchandise. Right now, if you go over to dumerch.com, you can get the new line that we just released, which is the DU Legacy Collection, classic moments in time, you know, classic moments in digital underground history. Up for a limited time, so please visit dumerch.com and get your, not only your DU Legacy or Legendary Collection, but all of the digital underground products. Also, there's a sister in the White House, and she's from Oakland, California. That's right, I'm talking about Kamala Harris, the newly appointed Vice President of the United States. And to celebrate, dopeonly.com has released the Oakland, USA VP Edition hoodie and sweatshirt. So go on over to dopeonly.com and pick up your VP edition of the classic Oakland, USA hoodie and sweatshirt. Lastly, if you are having issues with your back, you know, if you're not getting that good massage when you need it, if you've been in a car accident, maybe you lifted your couch moving or all your records while you was moving, you might need a chiropractor. So you want to see my good friend, Dr. Nimesh, and I don't want to mess the name up, Lad Halawala. I think I said it right. I know he's going to kill me. Lad Hawala. And he is at 19716 Colima Road in Rolling Heights, California. That's if you're in Southern California. So go see my good friend and get your chiropractic work done. You know, I'm a client and I can vouch for it, man. I can do the wave again. So fuck with it. Like always, we got a great show. I have two very special guests today, both legends in the game, but have come together collaboratively for their new project. We're going to talk all about it and their history. Please help me welcome the homies, Big D and Easy Mo B, to the Going Way Back Show.
Peace. What's good, King?
Peace. What's happening?
Fellas.
Man.
How y'all doing?
All right.
Well,
First
man,
time.
You know, enjoying the success of the new single.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. You know, tell us all about it. You know, it's a new album, right? Or it's just a single from the upcoming album?
Yeah, the new single from the upcoming album titled Feel My Pain, Big D, Easy Mo B. And the new single was just basically a dope New York club banger that, you know, I wanted to put a lot of brand new MCs that was nice in the game on it, hungry MCs and, you know, dope lyricists, man. So what I did was I just went and signed a bunch of artists and put them on the song. I said, this is the best way to expose all my artists and get them exposure and let them know what's coming for 221, man. You know, I want people to see that there's more to me than just Mo B, more to Big D and Easy Mo B. So
with some of the features, and besides myself, producers that we got on the album.
Yeah. Talk about who's featured on the album.
Yeah.
Wade R Black, Moneybags, Innocent, Rafaelito, Good Time Slim, Sway Sever, I Kill from Jurassic 5, Percy P, Bruce Wayne, Royal Flush. Oh man, it's a team of heavy hitters. My man AB Money from Easy Mo.
Everybody,
Yeah, from
that's
AB.
right. Rapping is fundamental. I
Yes,
remember.
sir.
Rapping
Yes, sir.
ass, rapping ass.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yeah. Hey, Big D, man. Besides myself on the album, name some of the other producers that's on the
Um, my man Static Beats, which is a Mortal Technique DJ, he produced one joint. That's the
Okay.
joint our killers on and Percy P. Capital. My man Capital did a few joints, and Moby did the rest.
album.
Okay. Is Cool Keith on this album?
Nah, he's not on this album at all. He's on the double album
Okay.
that's out now.
Okay.
He produced
Now,
he produced 3 songs on the double album, and he rapped on 3 songs.
okay, so this album is really just giving shine to the new crew is what
Yeah,
is,
what I
is
what
what
I
I'm
well what
understanding.
I did, what me and Moby did on the double album was we
Mhm.
put we put a bunch of legendary MCs on the last double album. We had Cool Keith on there, we had Peter Guns on there, we had Mortal
Mhm.
Technique on there, we had Grandmaster Cass and Cold Crush on there, we had
Devastating Tito
Devastating Tito
and
was on there,
what's the
Royal
name of? Hold
Flush
on, I'm
was on
sorry.
there.
I'm sorry. Tell us the name of the new album again, so we can put it up on the screen so everybody can see it.
Feel My Pain.
Feel My Pain.
Yes,
That's what's
sir.
up. Yeah. So you was talking. Yeah, Grandmaster Cass.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, Lil
Tito.
Fame.
Yeah, we got Little Fame from MOP on the album. And, yo,
Uh-huh.
it was straight star studded. So we wanted to do something different with this album.
Okay.
We didn't want to put a lot of the old school cats back out on this album, being that we did it on the double album.
Right.
So
So
I
is
just
this
focused
the
on more on my artists on this album.
okay? Now is this the second time that you guys have collaborated on an album, or
Yeah.
are there more projects?
Well, actually, this is we put the double album out, which is 2 albums. This one
This is
Okay.
actually
my
count
life.
as the second album, but really the third one.
Yeah, because it was a double album, right?
Yeah, and then we got after this one, we still got 7 more. We doing 10 LPs together.
Nice. MOB. What was it that brought you guys together? Tell me that story.
Well, me and Big D, we used to run into each other in a couple of clubs in New York City. Something we
Mhm.
can't enjoy right now because of this pandemic. But, we
Yeah.
always talked about coming together, and it took a while. Matter of fact, it took a couple of years.
Okay.
But we finally came together. The album culminated from this one first song that he did with me called I Rep NY. And the rest
All
of
right.
everything else just came together. He introduced the whole, in addition to the cats like Grandmaster Caz, you know, from the Pioneer era. He also introduced me to a whole line of brand new
Okay.
MCs, and they were on that first album. This is my life too. So you know, it's a pleasure coming together, working with them, and doing it. But the thing that I appreciate is, you know, being introduced to all of those brand new MCs.
Hmm.
And relationships have started from there. Some of them, they want me to work with them on their projects. So it's just cool, man. Camaraderie, man. When people come together, anything can happen.
Well, you guys, you started off with one song or one project. Either one of you can tell me what was the when did you know that you guys were supposed to be working together? Because artists always work with each other, but usually it's like do a joint with me and then you move on, or produce a track for me and then you keep it pushing. Tell me about the recording experience and how you guys knew that okay, we should do a little bit more.
Well, in my opinion, I think we probably knew after that first single, after the I
Right.
Rep NY. Um, there was an original version and you had a remix version. Um, Same beat, different MCs. And the response from that is what really, really got the ball rolling. Um, in the studio, it was interesting. First of all, I want to send a special shout to Fred Ones from what used to be TME Studios. Uh, he was there throughout the whole process. You know, he dealt with me bringing that SP 1200 and the Akai S950 into the studio because you know a lot of
Right.
people don't deal with that stuff no more. And you know, I still bang with that machine. If you look on my Instagram page,
I'll follow you.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
talk about that a little bit later in the show. I definitely need to ask you some questions about that.
But shout to Fred Ones, he was there throughout the whole process, and it was just really in the beginning. It was about me coming in and laying down beats,
Mm-hmm.
get that out of the way. I laid out a line of beats, and you start recording the songs. Then I laid out
Right.
another line of the rest of the beats that I had, and that's what it was. It was just really a lot of tracking in the beginning, and then the
Yeah.
MCs, the artists coming in and just lacing the songs.
All right, Moby, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like, who's the hottest new nigga in Big D crew?
Oh man, why you gonna say that?
Hey, yo, Mo, keep it 100. Put it out there, nigga. We got a bunch of them, but you know it's always somebody that's nice.
Look,
You know this is being recorded.
yeah, I know, and they watching too, and they watching
Oh
too.
yeah, let's hear it.
So I
Find that shit.
ain't gonna narrow it down to one. I say, you know, coming into the project, I already knew Skanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Skanks,
salute to my little
Skanks,
brother Skanks, the rap martyr, man.
yeah, Skanks the rap martyr, him, Innocent Flow. Um, yo, shout to what you call him, Royal Flush too, man. He gonna be on this next upcoming album. Um, but I think I was closer with Skanks because I kind of already
Okay.
had got to know him before the making of the album. You know, I got a lot of respect for Skanks and shout to what is
Innocent.
the yo, I did this yesterday. What is on Skanks crew?
Oh, Bangkok fam.
Bangkok fam. Yeah.
Mhm.
They doing some dope things too. Yeah.
Well, Big D, you know, Moby, he's being a little PC right now. Give it to me real. Who's the guy?
Come on, man. I'm not here to start fires.
Nah, listen.
Hey, we need ratings over here, goddammit.
Yo, money.
Everybody did their thing.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest about it, right?
And then
Yeah.
Percy P. I know him Percy P since the early 90s. So
Yeah, Percy is
Okay.
the nicest nigga out the whole camp. Like I gotta say that.
Oh
Hands
yeah.
down.
Word.
yeah,
Know what I mean?
Percy goes back to battling in the street, battling Lord Finesse on the mic in the street. And all
Oh
that.
man.
He legend.
You know, that's a good segue because the new video everywhere, like you said, Purse is he killing that thing. You know what I mean? Like you know, and Big D, you and I, we had a conversation about Percy P earlier, but before I saw the video, when I saw it, I was like, yo, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but he murked that thing.
Nah, he did. And I told him, and what happened, Percy wasn't even on the song originally. I had already did the song. And Percy came to the studio one night when we was about to mix the song down. And he came. And I looked at him and I said, he looked at me and he had this look in his eyes. And I said, yo, you got something for that? He said, hell yeah. And he went in the booth and he brutalized it.
Word. Hey, Big D, I know you cool as fuck, right? But you gotta slide your ass to the left. Cause he gangster leaning all out the frame. There you go. We'll talk about the making of that single and the video. And shout out to Bruce Wayne. He got busy too.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, man, my whole team is nice, man. Bruce Wayne is a beast. My artist Good Time Slim, he's a problem. My artist Hot
Mhm.
Lethal is a problem. My brother Innocent is a problem. My brother Moneybags is a problem. My little bro Radar Black is a problem. And this is why I brought all of these MCs and put them on the joint, because I want
Right.
the world to see what's coming.
Okay.
After Big D and Easy Mo B, what's coming after that?
Mhm.
That's what's up. And Easy Mo B, are you gonna produce all of the new artists? Like, are you gonna be the main producer on all of the artists, mostly on the label, or no?
Well, on both of the albums, you also had other producers that did their thing. Like on the
Okay.
first album, shout to Static Selector, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And who else
What up?
was? Oh, Just Blaze. He donated a track, and I say donated because Just Blaze is a very special man. You know, out of his
Nice.
precious time, he donated a joint to the album. Uh, so yeah, it's Big D. He names the album Big D and Easy Mo B, but there's so much more going on
Mhm.
inside of it. You know,
Inside of that, you know, from old school said G beats. No,
say that again.
I was talking to Big D. Oh, said
Oh,
G,
I hear you say that again, Money.
said G.
Oh, Said is a beast on the productions, man. Like I would love to get Said to do a track for me, man. Said is incredible, man. One of the
Or
first
word.
dudes on the East Coast with an SP 1200, man.
Yeah, he kind of started that thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
And
you know
said,
he
yo,
and
if Said was to go back to producing,
yeah,
I think he would surpass a lot of producers out here.
right. And you know, just to give people the history, said G, he produced
Criminal Minded.
he did Criminal Minded. I was gonna get to that. Boogie Down Productions Criminal Minded, but he did most of the Ultramagnetic MC stuff too, right?
Well, he didn't do most of it because TR Love and Mo Love produced a lot of it too, and Cool Keith.
Okay.
Watch Me Now. That was my joint.
Oh,
Mhm.
he was doing it.
Yeah,
And and
all of that
so
work that said, all that early work is said, but everything after the first album was
yeah.
collectively like Mo Love, TR Love, Said G, then Keith started.
Well, while we're there, and I want to ask you both, you know, since we're here, let's move right into the history because with Said G's production, like you said, Criminal Minded and Ultramagnetic stuff, it kind of ushered in the new sound in hip hop. Meaning, like, was that the beginning of the sampling era for hip
Yo, you're
hop?
so right.
Because because Run DMC and LL, there was drum machines. You know what I
Money B,
mean?
you were so spot on, man. Yes, indeed. That
You know
was
what I
the
mean?
initiation. That was the initiation of the sampling era. You
Yeah.
had you had Ultramagnetic, and then you had
Mhm.
Molly Mall came with the Juice Crew. Um, that's when sampling had first hit, and it entered. It's so crazy. Right around 19, let's say 86.
Uh-huh.
That's a good spot right there to say that all the sampling really just jumped off. Before that, a lot of the hip hop records was keyboard and drum machine based, and we all
Yeah,
know
that's what I'm
before.
saying.
Yeah, and we all know before that with the Sugar Hill Gangs and the Fatback, the King Tim the Third. A lot of people don't even know what I'm talking about. Those records was made with bands, but as you can see, you
Yeah.
know, as time was going on, the process was just changing and
And
sampling. It was just it was a new thing. I was at that time. I didn't know Big D. I didn't know Ultramagnetic. I was a
mhm,
fan at home with the records, you know,
right.
hoping and wishing and running around chasing people down in the game. Special shout to my brothers. Rapping is fundamental. You know, we
Right.
tagged behind Big Daddy Kane everywhere he went, just so we
Hmm.
could get in. But it was an interesting time, man. You know, that right there set the pace for what we got today. Even though it
No,
sounds different, the
yeah.
process is still
Well,
going on
it
now.
it 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 kind of reminds me of Easy Mo B of your progression as well, because you know let's go down the line of your credits. Big Daddy Kane, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Heavy D, the Lost Boys. You can get a Grammy with Alicia Keys, right?
Yeah.
He
That's
said it
that.
like, kinda.
Because I didn't think, you surprised me with that one. Like I didn't think you was gonna bring that one up, especially since we're in a hip hop setting. But everything I did is all inclusive,
Yeah. And I'm just saying that to say, like, so if you go back to say, Another Victory, or even some of the early joints, you were sampling loops, right? And then
Yeah.
I noticed in your production, by the time we got to the Craig Mack with Flavor in Your Ear and the Biggie stuff, you was chopping it up more and
You
almost
know
going
what
back
happened?
to the.
I'll tell
Okay.
you, Money B. I'll tell you what happened. I was managed by Rush at the time.
Okay.
Respect to Russell Simmons gave me
Mhm.
my first break. Um, I was at Rush Artist Management, but I was in the producers division. They had something called RPM, which was Rush Producers Management.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
rest in peace to Francesca Sparrow,
Yes, yes.
who was handling me. One day I came in the office and well, she called a meeting for all of the producers on the roster to come into the office. Okay, she got us
Uh,
all in the room and she handed out this memo to all of us. When we looked at the paper, it had all these names from top to bottom. It wasn't like a second row, it was just one long row. Some of the names on there was like Sade, Anita Baker, Prince, Steve Miller Band, blah, 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 going all the way down. And after we got a chance to look at the list, look at the memo, she said, "You see those names?" We was like, "Yeah." She said, "Stay away from them." She said, "Matter
nice.
of fact, for that matter, be very, very mindful and cautious of what you're sampling. Because mind you, right there at that time, De La Soul with the 3 Feet High and Rising,
Mhm.
they had just went through some sampling troubles and stuff, like the Turtles and Donovan and all of that stuff. Then you
Yeah.
had Biz Markie with I think it was I Need a Haircut, right? I
Yep.
Need a
Yeah,
Haircut.
yeah.
Yeah. So the sampling thing it was bad right there. So I remember, I don't want to talk too long, I'm gonna chop this down. So I remember after the meeting, right?
Yeah.
My car was parked right outside on Elizabeth Street.
Mhm.
I left the office, got in the car. I'm supposed to be driving off and going home. Yo, I was
Yeah.
sitting there like, yo, what I'm gonna do? And
Yeah.
and on the way driving back home, I said to myself, I said, you know what? You don't have to rely on the loops. Why you gotta use loops? Why
Mhm.
can't you sample instruments? Instruments.
Right.
And make something, play back something new. And that's how we got like the Flavor in Your Ears, the Everything Remains Raw, the other joint
Right.
on Busta's first album, The Coming, It's a Party featuring Jeanne. If
Yeah.
you listen, you hear real music going on, instrumentation, but there's no loops.
That's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
The bass is doing its thing, the xylophone, the vibe is doing its thing. I got like a little guitar lick, something that I put in. It's like
Right.
it's almost like throw all these musicians into the machine and have them play something back to you. It's just that you doing it. So Money B,
So
I'm glad you brought that up because what people call a style,
yeah.
for me, I was
Mhm.
forced into that, man.
But I
And that
noticed,
which
but then it became your style, you
yeah,
know?
but that which I was forced into, yeah, it became the style because I was trying to
Yeah.
duck all the sampling. Rest in peace, Francesca Sparrow.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Russell
here's
Simmons.
a question I've always wanted to ask you. And because I always tell people, like, usually your biggest hits are the simplest songs, right?
Less is
If it's
more.
very simple, if it's minimal, usually the minimal songs are the ones that really that go. Like take for instance, when Shock made the I Get Around beat, it's very simple. It's a drum beat, a bass line, a chord, and some flavor over it. So
Yeah, we ain't
and
gonna
I
talk
always
about.
use,
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about. Ooh, ooh,
yeah,
ooh, ooh, when y'all did the Humpty. No,
it's
very
layered
simple.
with quite a few
If
drums,
it's minimal,
but Flavor in Your
usually the
Ear is what I
minimal
always
songs
tell
are the
people
ones
as an
that really.
example because it's so simple, but it's so dope. And I always wanted to ask you, how many actual tracks is it to that beat? Like, because it
to
sounds like
flavor,
it's only about 7 or 8.
with flavor in your ear. I remember one the night before I had bought a stack of records. I went digging, and
Right.
I woke up in my drawers, stumbled over to the machine. I cut the machine on, started playing with some sounds from the record, and I end up doing that track in about 20 minutes in my drawers. And
Thanks for the visual.
yeah, and us SP 1200 cats, we fill up the time in the 1200. Use as much
Right.
time as you can in there, and if you got more to do, we usually move down to like add on like a Kai S900, 950, or
Mhm.
3000. But flavor in your ear just happened to be like I got everything in that one machine in the 1200. So I put it like this: the SP 1200 only have 8 tracks in it. So go figure.
Yeah, because I'm listening to it. Um, I'm not, I've made beats, but really I was just around DJ Fuse and Shock so much that I know it. So I'm listening to it, I'm like, bro, that sounds so minimal, but it's so dope.
It
And I
was
always
it was
wondered what it was.
it was drums,
Right.
bass, the guitar lick,
Mm.
the hi-hat, kick, snare, that rock guitar sound I had on the hook just for effect, and then that screeching, screaming siren sound. And that was it.
Dope. And everybody here in the live chat is blowing me up about the Pac Biggie stuff. I was trying to save it. But you are, and tell me if I'm wrong, one of the only producers to really record them together. Am I
I'm
right or
glad you
wrong?
said one of, because people always like pigeonhole me into being the only
The
one. No,
right.
no, I'm not gonna be selfish like that, and I ain't gonna let the other cat that did. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna not let him get his credit. Nobody talks about Eddie F
Oh, word?
on the Untouchables album
Okay.
with a song called "Let's Get It On." It was Grand Poobah,
I heard that
Heavy
song.
D, Biggie, and Tupac. Nobody talks about that record. I am not the only one that worked with Biggie and Tupac. I'm one of. So shouts to Eddie F, man,
Shouts to Eddie F.
and the
Eddie F.
Untouchables.
Eddie F. I know he got paid. Eddie F. did the Martin theme song too.
But I am also one of the only producers that worked with them while they was alive. You got a lot of people that worked with the tapes. They remixed his voice and stuff like that. No.
Yeah, I'm talking about the action people. Back in
Yeah.
our day, most of the time you did a song, you were in the studio with the person you were doing the song with. So
Yeah.
you were there. Can you give us kind of like an insight to what the studio experience is like? Because I've never been in the studio with Big, but I know Pac, he's real commanding in the studio.
Well,
He's fast, and and when he gets it done, he's ready to go.
I'm
And
sitting here
it
and I'm
seems like,
forgetting.
say what?
Pardon me. I was gonna say I'm sitting here and I'm forgetting, but who better had an experience with Pac but y'all, Digital Underground. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, that's right. Same
Well, me
song.
knowing, that's what I'm trying to kind of picture, and even the people in the chat, they just want to know what the experience was like. And I'm just saying, I know how Pac records, and I just only the few times that I was around Big, he just seemed real laid back, and Pac is real go go go. So how was that recording experience with the both of them?
He was
Because
hyper.
usually it's somebody that's driving the session. Like, come on, let's do it. Like,
He was hyper.
Right.
And he was under a lot of pressure, and I understood that because while he was here, he was going to court too. What he would do, he would go to court whatever time they open in the morning, what, 9? And then business hours for court is 4. I know here in New York, 4 o'clock, 4 p.m.
It's
Court.
done.
So he would go to court all day or however long it took, and he had the sessions book every day for 6 o'clock. And money beat, I kid you not, 6 o'clock sharp every day. He bust through that door and he started handing out assignments. He was even telling my engineer what to do.
That's what I'm saying. I already know. He's controlling in that motherfucker. So I just imagine like how was he telling Biggie what to do? It's what I'm really getting at.
I think they did a lot of talking and planning in that room. I remember that was in Studio C and Unique recording studio. Unique is gone now, right there on 47th and 7th in Times Square. Now that's the Paradise Hotel, Ian Schrager Hotel.
All right.
Yeah.
They reopened somewhere.
What'd you say, Big D?
They just reopened.
Oh, Unique?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Unique Recording Studios.
Yeah, niggas be down there. Flush People and all them niggas be recording in there.
Big D, I'm not sure if you talking about Unique Recording Studios. It might be another.
Recording, yeah, they reopened. Flush and them be going there.
I gotta check on that.
All right, Moby, what was your favorite song to record with Pac and why?
Straight Ballin'.
Why
Yeah,
so?
Why? Because it was the most different thing that people could expect from me. It didn't sound.
Yeah, I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, that was the one song that see, it all happened because I went to go see him at Rucker Park up in Harlem, across the street from the Polo Grounds, where he was taping Above the Rim. And AB and JR, Rapping is Fundamental, they wanted to come with me. We went up there together. He got a break. We went in the trailer. We was talking, and I played him the beat for Temptations. He was like, yeah, I'm feeling that. He had to get back to the set. But one of the last things he said, hey, yo, man. He said, yo, man, hook me up some Bootsy, man. I want some Bootsy. And I remember him saying that. So I went home and I was playing the the name is Bootsy, the joint with the Pinocchio theory. And I was listening and I said, you know what? It's not your normal forte, but what you do is music. Adapt. You know what I'm saying? Adapt. You like, people know me as a real diverse type of person, man. I did Flavor in Your Ear and like hard joints for Cool G Rap and stuff like that. But at the same time, I spin house music. That you see, those are two vast extremes right there. That show you just how like diverse I am. And back then, I had that part in me for that. See, because you got to respect regions. In New York, let's admit it, we wasn't big on G-Funk. A lot of us probably didn't even really understand it, but if we really understand where it comes from the lineage of all of the funk artists. It was heavy. The LA sound, the G-Funk, is based on heavy funk, from Zap to Confunction, you know what I mean? Bootsy, Parliament, all that type of stuff. And I was like, you know what? That's what he wants. So nail it. And I started adding the bass line through the 1200. Boom, 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 boom. It started coming together. I was like, yeah, let's go.
It definitely sounded like like I always assumed that it was a West Coast producer that did it. And you produced Going Back to Cali for Big, right?
You see, that's another extreme.
Which just sounds way different from anything that I would expect from you. How did that come about?
This is my first time saying that, but you know, you could kind of say going back to Cali was like G-Funk.
Yeah, like I
You
wasn't
could say
expecting
that.
to hear that.
You could say that, and this is one of my first times ever saying that anywhere in any interview or whatever. But it's safe to say going back to Cali was G-Funk. Yep.
Well, it was that fault, definitely had that zap feel that we love out here. So
Yep.
you nailed it. Like once again, you kind of morphed into it. Like whose idea was it to have that sound? Like did you present that beat, or did Puff or Big say, "Hey, I need some Roger Zapp shit"?
Yo, I'm getting sentimental right here, man. Y'all don't know. Like
Don't cry.
y'all, nah, not like that. We ain't gonna cry. We ain't gonna cry, but I just remember being so upset, man, about what was going on. And I was like, yo, what could we do to bring the people together?
Okay.
And that's when I was talking with my manager at the time. Los, what's good, man, if you're looking at this? And he was talking. I asked, matter of fact, I had a conversation with him. I asked him, I said, yo, Los, in LA, back in the day when y'all had your house parties, I said, like in New York, that joint was Love is the Message, MFSB.
Right.
I asked him, I said, yo, what is that record? What was that record in LA? And he told me immediately, he said, man, Mo Bounce. I walked away from him. I left. I dropped him off. And I went home. I thought about it. I said, yo, mad people done use this record though. MC Breed, this one, that one, EPMD.
EPMD? Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with it? And I said, yo, you just better freak it like nobody ever freaked it. And I chopped the record up in so many pieces that a lot of people thought I actually had the masters. It was just a good chop job. Then I went on top, adding like keys and stuff like that, my pads. Yeah.
Definitely a classic. It rocked. Now, Big
But
D.
what I was trying to do, if
Okay.
y'all didn't know that or didn't understand it, there was a lot of tension. I was trying to get everybody on one accord. And one of the only things in this world that you could do that with is
Yeah.
music. If you notice, all races, all
Right.
nationalities, color, creed. What is the club? That's where everybody pile in and just be like, what
It's
is
the
it so
music.
special about
Now,
music? I said, yo, do that here. We need that right now. And
did you get any backlash from anybody that maybe assumed that it was like Big was trying to mock the West Coast by like, oh, he jumping on one of our beats to
no, I didn't
okay.
get that. But I was alarmed. I was surprised when what's his name from Junior Mafia? I ran into him in the store. This is the night
Okay.
before Biggie got killed. Before I woke up the next day and found out, I ran into from Junior Mafia. I'm trying to think of his name. Ran into him in the store. He said, "Yo, Mo, what up, man?" I was like, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "Yo, you ain't hear your joint?" I was like, He said, "Yeah, I was out there with Big and everything." He said, I came back. I'm back." He said, "Yo, they out there balling, having mad fun." I'm thinking he's saying they having mad fun. I'm like, "Brother, come home. Why you having fun?" Then he said, "Yo, you heard your joint?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You know that Zap joint, that Mo Bounce joint you did." He said he named it Going Back to Cali right there in the store. I told him, I said, no, yo, come on, man. Why? He said, nah, chill, Mo. He said, it's like, you know what I mean? He uplifting Cali. It's the ode to Cali. It ain't a diss. And I was like, yo, come on, man. Think about it.
Yeah.
My my whole intention, my whole purpose, I'm trying to bring peace, get everybody
Right.
like this. And then he telling me the song was titled Going Back to Cali. I didn't know what to think. Heard the record and I was like, he's right. He was right.
Yeah. I think the title in that climate, the title would have suggested, I'm going back to Cali, like I ain't scared to go back to Cali. But then when you listen to the song, he actually is uplifting and giving props to the West Coast. I mean, he's mostly talking about LA, but most people from the East Coast, that's all they know from the West Coast, especially at that time was LA. So
Yeah.
to this day, it's considered, even though it's big, it's considered a West Coast classic. Like I hear it every day in the jam every time you hear, when we were in the clubs, that's when, you're going to hear it on the radio in the club, no matter what, anytime you go out. So you definitely hit them with that one for sure. Big D.
Yo.
Yes, I want to holler at you. And so you came in, and this kind of relates to what we were just talking about. You came in with Ultramagnetic, right? But I think you kind of were introduced with the crew like around 89-ish, right?
88.
88. But did you come before or after Tim Dog?
We both came around the same time.
And that's what I was getting at. So were you guys affiliated before? Did you meet him through that? Because I kind of want to have this Tim Dog conversation with somebody I know.
What happened is Keith is my cousin, so
okay.
I was in the streets. I was running in the streets, man, as a young dude. And Keith seen I had potential. He didn't want to see me go to jail. So he snatched me out the streets and brought me in the Ultra and took me around the world.
All right, but Tim Dog. So you met him you met him through the music, the group situation.
Yeah. Well, I met him actually in Said G house because he used to live with Said G.
Okay.
And I went to Said house one day and he happened to be there.
Word.
And from that day on, he was part of the team.
Okay. And so you guys, which y'all got pretty tight. So what was your feelings when he just went all out with the fuck Compton shit and everything else?
I mean, back then it was a competition. You know what I mean? It was just good for hip hop. It wasn't meant to get turned into what he got turned into. None of that. Like it was just meant just for music. But sometimes entourage just take it out of context, man.
Did you ever have a personal conversation with him like, yo, this record's crazy, or you sure you want to do that, or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or you just like fucking a ride with you?
I was just like, fuck it, you home team, so I'm riding. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I was there in LA one time when DJ Quick came and had the whole the Palladium surrounded.
Okay.
The police had to escort us back to the hotel, and we had to leave the next morning.
Mm.
So did he never got to have that conversation with Quick that night, or y'all just got out of there?
Nah, they got us out of there. That night, we was out of there.
Mm-hmm. So you were traveling with him. Were you in San Francisco when he got approached at the club?
Nah, I wasn't there.
All right, so I'll tell you a story. Tim Dog, right around, he came and he performed at a club called The Stone.
Hold on, is that the night that Pac saved them?
Yep, Pac came up there. Pac, because Pac loved hip hop so much, he wasn't really, and people who was really about it knew that West Coast, East Coast shit wasn't really nothing, but it was dangerous for people that would involve themselves in it. And it's almost like Tim Dog kind of really set it off with that. He went way out with it, but they was going to try to tear his meat off his bone, and Pac showed up with the artillery, and they helped get him out of there.
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't come. You know why? Because I got arrested in New York. That's why.
That's why he wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you heard about it. It made the news, but we caught one of the bootleggers bootlegging one of the albums, and I had to tear his ass up right there on the street.
Was he African?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had to leave our African brothers alone.
Yeah, this is back in the day.
No, I know that was a big thing back then, man. You was taking a chance bootlegging some real people stuff.
Yeah,
They
man.
still bootlegging, even in the digital. We still bootlegging still going on today.
Well, I mean, but you know, back in the day, especially in New York, it was an African on every corner with a stand selling everybody's CD. I think Pac had to flip a couple of tables over a couple of times.
But you know what's crazy? I told
Yeah.
Tim went to LA 3 times. The second time, I told Tim, don't go back. I told him. I said, it ain't good, bro. Because we had love out there. Like Ice-T was family. King T was our peoples. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of the Booyah tribe. Like, we got good peoples out there. So that shit kind of fucked a lot of things up, man.
Well, that's what I was saying. It didn't really make sense. That's why I was asking. Did you even say like, bro, you sure you want to do that? Because it wasn't conducive to anybody's movement, you know.
Yeah. Tim was just a hard-headed dude. Tim did whatever he wanted to do. Couldn't nobody.
But I tell you what,
Tim
though, Shock G loved Tim Dog.
Oh hell yeah! And Shock is my man. When he come into New York, I used to always be with him all the time.
Oh man, I was one of them dudes that was like, he's crazy, but that's what it was. And then, but he was kind of crazy, right? Because then he faked his death or some bullshit like that. Was you with him then?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that
yeah.
When I heard that he died or whatever, I was like, what? Wasn't no funeral, wasn't no nothing. Like, I left it alone. I said, listen, it is what it is, man.
And then he called you?
Nah, he ain't called me. But I remember Mo Love called me one night and he said, I just came from the studio and my phone rung.
Yeah.
What up? And it's Mo. So I'm like, Mo, what up? So he was like, yo, what's good? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I just got home. He said, yo, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I said, what? He said, yo, the nigga Tim Dog just called me.
From the beyond.
Yo, my nigga, I looked at the phone like he lost his mind, my nigga.
Right.
So I said, yo, dog, man, I said, don't call me with this crazy shit, Mo, man. I said, you drinking, you must be drunk. Yo, my nigga, I hung the phone up, right?
Yeah.
The nigga called me back the next day. He said, yo, D, I wasn't lying to you, man. He said, I swear on my mother, and his mother dead, and I know he don't play on that.
Right.
And that's when I said, wow. I just still say, you know, hey, man, listen, I don't know what's what, man. And I really don't care, man.
So have you talked to him since?
I haven't talked to that man.
Lord have mercy.
I haven't talked
Sorry
to
for
him.
laughing.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, somebody need to do an unsung on Tim Dog. I would definitely watch that for sure.
But what I did hear is the FBI put a warrant out for his arrest. So why would they put a warrant out for a dead man?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably best that he tried to stay dead, right? Who knows?
No idea, bro.
But you know, let's move on from that.
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm sorry.
Money B, man, you a fire starter, man.
Hey, now you know I get comfortable when I'm talking to my people, right? So you know we just had conversations. It's good.
Nah, it's good. It's good. Good.
Yeah. You know we got to get the rating somehow, right? But Big D, you know, Cool Keith, you said that's your cousin, right?
Yeah.
Bro, just you know, talk about Kool Keith's contribution to the game. I mean, because his style is so unorthodox. It's like it
man.
took me a while to really feel
Yeah,
it.
let me tell you,
know what I
man.
mean?
Keith is one of the greatest in the game, man, and he don't get his rightful dues, man. You know what I mean? Like Keith
Yeah.
is one of the greatest, you know what I mean, MCs, man. Like he sit up there with a lot of other great legends, man.
Yeah.
And Keith always been a lyricist. Like people gotta understand, Keith is just a bugged out rapper. He's a
Yeah.
bugged out MC. That's what he been doing that since day one. The nigga say shit to make you have to think for 2-3 years. By the time you think about what the nigga said, 5 years done went by already.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of those guys. Cause I remember hearing Kool Keith back in the day. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Right? And then it took me some years to go back and then revisit it. And now I appreciate him more than I ever did, back then, because he just say some wild stuff, And then, and I've run into him a few times back in the day, like several years ago, I dabbled in video production in like the adult industry, and Kool Keith was always around. I don't know if he was a porn star or pimping or something, but every girl knew Kool Keith.
Yeah, that's because he had his own porn production company.
Okay, that's what it was. I used to see him around, and we would book the girls to do things, and they was all like, "Yeah, Kool Keith, yeah. Kool Keith said, what's up?" I was like, all right.
Yeah, because he had a house up in Beverly Hills, and then he had another house up in Hollywood.
Nice. So what's he up to now?
Oh man, he good making music. You know what I mean, still doing his thing, traveling the world. Well, he can't travel now, but he stayed.
I know he got another crazy album on the way.
Yeah. You know Keith, man. Keith, I think
sure.
that nigga got about 50 albums out right now.
At least.
Oh yeah.
Now did he start the because MF Doom had the Dr. Doom mask. Was Keith the first one to rock it like that, or how was that
I
ever?
was just thinking about that. Word up.
Keith was the first one.
Right, but he just didn't claim it like that. So yeah, he didn't have no problem with MF Doom doing his thing.
I mean, there was in the beginning, but Keith just said, you know what? I'll do this. And he switched his whole shit up.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, MF Doom.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rest in peace, MF Doom, man.
Yeah.
Word. Now, let's see. I gotta in the chat. I want to leave everybody out. Somebody was.
Me and Keith got 3 albums out also under the group called The Commissioner.
The Commissioner? That's the name of the group?
Mm-hmm.
What are the names of the album? Because I know, our fans want to definitely check that out.
It's called Commissioner 1, Commissioner 2, and Commissioner 3.
Okay. Is it like a mixtape series or are they full albums?
Nah, albums, yeah.
Okay. When were they released?
2007, 2008, and 2011.
Okay. Well, y'all check that out. Mo B, someone's asking, they said on the single Bad Meaning Bad, you flipped the Bob James record and has some Run DMC sample. Was this song your mission statement for the album?
Was it my what?
Mission statement.
What do you mean when you say mission statement?
Hey man, I'm reading it off the chat. Yeah. What y'all mean, Christina?
Well, I know I was trying my hand at something different, just like I spoke about earlier with Pac and the Bootsy. I never been afraid to like try my hand at different things. It's just that certain things that I just won't do. And I felt that, so I did it. That was from the instrumental beat album, And You Don't Stop, from 2017.
All right. Well, I'd also be remiss if we didn't talk about the record you did with Miles Davis. What was, talk about that experience? Because I never met Miles, but I heard he was kind of eccentric and had some ways. So speak to that.
That's something else that came through my times while I was over there at Rush.
Uh-huh.
A friend that called me up and was like, Miles Davis, he been hanging out with Russell Simmons and he trying to find a way to get into hip hop.
Okay.
So she said, I'm gonna send him some of your stuff and then I want to let him check it out. And if he's open to it, set up a meeting at his apartment. He lived over there like Central Park West, went to the crib. He had his chef cooking me fried chicken and all of that. I was in the apartment and he had the canvases like all over the house from his painting. So, eccentric, you're right. Dude, he was. He was going through something. He was kind of sick though, and he was trying to hide it. I didn't know it. The manager told me a little bit later that, that he was going through something. That album, Doo-Bop, that I did with him,
Yeah.
it wasn't really finished when he left. Typically, an album is 10, some people will say 12 songs.
Uh-huh.
Our album is actually 10 songs, but we was like we were like 7 deep. I had 7 songs. And then the manager, Gordon Meltzer, that was his name. He said, Miles he gotta travel and he gotta go do some shows and then when he come back, we gonna finish. While he was out there on the road, Gordon had told me, said, he's kind of sick and he's gonna have to go into the hospital. And that's when, he died and he didn't make it. So 7 songs typically ain't no album.
EP.
So, right. So we took the 7 songs that and I actually recorded everything while he was here.
All right.
We added a reprise of the mystery song.
Mm-hmm.
And that became 8. There's 9 songs on there. What am I missing? I don't know. I think maybe it was 8 songs. And the song Mystery, it was a reprise that was added of that, like a little extra. That made 9 songs. And that became the album.
Easy Moby, I have a question for you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead with the question.
No,
What I was gonna say is at that time, you had Public Enemy,
right.
Fear of a Black Planet. I thought that was probably like 23 records or something. So doing a 10 song album, 9 song album, you felt like you were slighting. But if you sit and you listen to it, it's fulfilling, man. Anything for Miles is fulfilling. You know what I mean? Feel grateful to have the pleasure to be able to do that with him. It's a timepiece. People continually coming back to that, revisiting it, rediscovering it. Some people didn't even know it existed.
Word. Well, if you can think of it, tell me from your whole entire catalog, if someone could only 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 years from now, a person could only hear one song from you that you would want to represent you. What song is that? Give me a song that you feel like you're most proud of, the one that most represents Easy Mo B. It doesn't even have to be the most successful. It could just be what is a song that you like, this is me.
I know this gonna sound crazy, but either on that Miles Davis album, either Mystery or Sonia. You gotta go to the Doo-Bop album and listen to this song called Sonia.
Okay.
People would not think that was me, man. I was getting busy on the keyboard. Miles had brought in his his keyboardist Darren Johnson. He did some overdubs, and Yo, they used to play that record on CD 101. What was it? CD 101 here in New York. CD 101 was a jazz station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they're off the air now. But I would be in the car and put the station on just to check, because I used to listen to the jazz station a little bit too. And I heard it come on. I was like, yo, that's you.
Yeah.
So if people, 10, 20, 30 years, whatever you say from here, from now, they want to hear something from me, I want them to hear that. Because that's the last thing you would expect. You know, you wouldn't
Okay.
expect me to be doing that.
So you kind of say because it shows your range,
Right, right.
but they wouldn't know it because they would never heard the hip hop. It's only one song.
That makes it even better.
Okay.
You
Just
know
want
what
to
I
make sure you understood it.
mean? Yeah.
So when we do it all our guests on the show, we have a game we like to play. It's a game of hip hop knowledge, which I'm sure both of you have. Um, so let me explain the game briefly. It's called Who Said It? And Todd Teasy, what up? You there?
Yep, I'm here.
And Todd Teasy will read a classic line from a classic hip hop song. And you have to guess who said it and the name of the song. Now here's the caveat. Tantizi doesn't know the name of the song either. She's giving the lyrics on a piece of paper, so she doesn't know the cadence or anything. She's just reading it as it's given to her.
All right.
Now, hip hop is so large. I usually like to narrow it down to associate with our guests. So all the songs or all the lyrics that she will be repeating to you are songs that are either directly or remotely connected to either your production or the musical crew that you worked with.
Okay.
Is that fair?
So we have to name the song.
You have to name
Song
who
and
said
artist?
it. You have to say who said it and then name the song.
Okay.
So we'll let's start with the example.
All right.
Big D, you heard that?
Big D, we get
Big
that.
D.
I think they're gonna start with you.
No, it's
I'm
both of
here.
y'all. Yeah, both of y'all. Whoever gets it, gets it.
All right.
It should be fairly easy.
Here we go. It's death before dishonor. I was raised by killers. I'm from the era where there was finding bodies in the river. Who said it?
I said it.
Right. And the name of the song?
Everywhere.
Out Now. So you get
Out
it,
now.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now y'all get how this works. So here we
All
go.
right.
Okay, here we go. Rather die making money than live poor and legal. As I slang another ounce, I wish it was a kilo. Who said it?
Who is that
Tupac.
for? For D or for me?
Whoever.
Tupac said
It's
it.
for
Yeah.
Whoever says it
Yeah.
Tupac said it.
first.
Yeah,
Tupac said it.
it's a game.
Straight
Whoever
baller.
gets it first. Okay.
Straight baller.
Who said that? Big D? Big D got one. Ding, 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 ding. Come
Straight
on, Easy
baller.
Moby. Catch up.
All right, here's the third one. I will wax you, tax you. You will just fax you. Wait. I will wax you, tax you. I'll just fax you. Put you in some mini and pumps to cold mac you. Who said it?
Pac said it.
Who?
Pac.
Eh.
No, 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 no,
Easy
no, no,
Moby?
no, 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 no. Damn.
Say it one more time, Tatizi. Or say it again. We'll give you.
Okay. I will wax you, tax you. I'll just fax you. Put you in some mini and pumps to cold mac you. Who said it?
Easy Moby, you get the first shot.
I don't know. I
Big
can't.
D,
I
you
can't
know?
catch. I can't catch that one.
You say it, Ronnie. I mean, Money B.
Big D, any clue?
I'm
Big
thinking
D
right
said that.
now.
Huh? No, he didn't say it. I'm asking him, is he ready to make another guess?
Oh,
No, I'm thinking right now.
Say one last time. I think he's right. It's on the tip of his tongue.
I'll wax you, tax you, I'll fax you, put you in some mini and pumps to cold mac you. Who said it?
got
Nah, I'm
me.
gonna tell you. It's in that. I'm gonna tell you. That's that.
All right, I'm gonna say it. I'll wax you, tax you, then I'll fax you,
Oh
put
yeah,
you in
yeah,
some
that
mini
was
and
Tim
pump.
Dog. Tim Dog. Tim
Step
Dog.
to me.
Yeah, Tim Dog.
Who
Yeah,
is it?
Tim
Tim
Dog.
Dog, step to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
That was Shot's favorite song. He used to always sing that,
I ain't catch
of
that one.
course. All right,
Okay, here's the
next
next
one.
one.
So nobody got that one.
Okay, here we go. I ain't a prostitute, but I'll knock the boots. Women love me. They say I'm so cute. Who said it?
Say it one more time.
I ain't a prostitute, but I'll knock the boots. Women love me. They say I'm so cute. Who said it?
Got me again.
Oh no, Big D. I thought that would be an easy one. You got that one? Say it one more time.
I ain't a prostitute, but I'll knock the boots. Women love me. They say I'm so cute. Who said it?
Wow.
That's
Both of
that's
us. Wow.
that's say that one more time.
I ain't a prostitute, but I'll knock the boots. Women love me. They say I'm so cute.
Is that cool, Keith?
No,
Nah, that ain't Keith.
y'all give up.
Nah.
Say it one
I
more
heard it.
time,
I
Teasy.
heard it. Nah.
You know you've heard it. You know you've heard it before.
They're saying it in the chat. Are they getting it right in the chat?
Yeah, they getting it right. Nelson.
What? Oh,
I
I'm lost.
You say it now, Mun.
said, I'm not a prostitute, but I knock the boots. Women love me. They say I'm so cute. G with the high top fade. Open up your coach bag. Bitch, try to get paid.
They
Bitch
still
better
saying
have
it.
my money. And bitch,
AMG?
AMG. AMG,
Oh,
bitch better have
come
my
on,
money.
man. I would have never
And,
thought that. And you know
and the
what's
relation
crazy?
is,
You know what's
yeah.
crazy? Out of all of this in here, I got that record in here too.
And
Wow.
I tell you relation because that bitch better have my money is sampled Big Daddy Kane's Pimpin' Ain't Easy, which you produced on that album, Easy Mo
No,
B.
I didn't produce Pimpin' Ain't Easy.
No, I said
Actually,
on that album you produced.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
you didn't
Kane
produce
produced.
that song.
Say
That
what?
was Long Live the Kane, so you did another victory on there,
I, on
right?
that album, I did Another Victory and Calling Mr. Welfare.
And call him Mr. Well, there. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right. Step into Hollywood. I swing on the boulevard. The rhymes are game tight. I'm ready to pull her card. Who said it?
Say
Yo,
it
she
again.
thinking deep, man.
Say it
Step
again.
into Okay. Step into Hollywood. I swing on the boulevard. The rhymes are game tight. I'm
That's
ready
Keith.
to pull her card.
That's Keith.
Say it again. What's the name of the song?
That's Papa Lodge.
Big shot on the East Coast. Ding, ding, ding. I was about to say, Big D, if you didn't get that one, I was gonna call your cousin.
All right,
For real.
Ready for the next one?
Stepping to
Or you guys gonna
Hollywood,
talk about
chopping
the
the
song?
boulevard. Huh?
I said you guys
Were you
gonna
were you
talk
around
about
when he recorded that song?
Say what?
Big D? Were you around when he recorded that song?
Yeah.
Papa Large. What album was that on? That was on Funky for You, something like that.
Funk Your Head Up.
Funk Your Head Up. Yeah. I mean, that was crazy. That's one of the records that made it out here that we was jamming to. That's one of the, like I said back then, it took me a while to get up on Kool Keith, but that was one of the one that resonated with me. We used to fuck with that record heavy.
That
Yeah. And they had like the East Coast mix and the West Coast mix.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know why they made the West Coast mix. The East Coast mix was the one though. Real shit. All right. So what is it? 2-0? Easy Mo B. Come on, man.
I thought he got
Yo,
one. He got half a point.
Nah, he didn't
but
get
she's
none.
going way left. She's picking some left joints
I
though.
didn't
Like
pick
you
these.
never.
Papa Large, big shot on the East Coast.
I
What
didn't
you mean?
pick
That ain't
No,
left.
that AMG. You had me on that one for real.
Right, because it was Big Daddy Kane. You associated. I said it would be remotely. Okay, let's bring it in closer. Woosah.
Okay, here we
These
go.
next ones should be easy.
All right. You don't even know the half on. You don't even know the half on my crew to be talking what you talking and to act like you do. Who said it? You don't even know the half on my crew. That's what I'm saying. You ain't.
Lost Boys.
What's the
Um,
song?
Jeeps, Lex Coupes, Beamers in the Bend. You don't
Produced by
even know
who?
the half on my crew.
My crew.
Yeah.
Get a grip. Get a grip.
Supposed to say, you don't even know the half of my crew.
Now the half on my crew to be talking what you talking to do what you do.
Like you don't
Produced
even know the
by
half. Like you don't know like what you call them say. You don't know Nan. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know the half.
Yeah.
Right. So that was easy. Produced by Easy Mo B. We got that one. Ding ding ding.
He said he's not
Catching
gonna
up.
be behind. Okay, this is the
Right.
last one.
This is the last one. This should be real easy.
Okay. Pimp Daddy's gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushers don't pay taxes. Who said it?
Read that one more time.
Pimp Daddy's gone as it says as. Does that say? Am I supposed to say that twice?
Oh, it doesn't. What does it say? Pimp Daddy what?
Pimp Daddy's gone as.
As he.
Okay. Pimp Daddy's gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushers don't pay taxes. Who said it?
Wow. D.
Pimp Daddy's gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushers don't pay taxes. Who said it?
Okay, I'm a really okay. I'm gonna give y'all some clues. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Use your lifelines. Okay, let's narrow it down. It's definitely a New York record. It's definitely a New York record. Go ahead.
You want me to say it again?
Say it one more time.
Pimp Daddy's gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushers don't pay taxes. Who said it?
Yo, I heard that lyric before. I know that lyric too. I'm trying to.
You should have.
It sounds like somebody like Positive K or Kane would say that. I'm lost
I'm gonna
again.
give y'all the last. I'm gonna give y'all the last hint, and then I'm gonna let Tom Teasy read it again. This record was produced by Easy Mo B.
You
Go
have to
ahead,
guess this one. It's
Tati.
gonna be embarrassing. Okay.
Go ahead.
Pimp Daddy's gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushes don't pay taxes. Who
I know
said
this
it?
lyric, but I can't place it. I
Big
can't.
D.
Nah, I can't. I don't know.
I know the lyric, but I can't place it. And then you know what? You used to hearing the lyric being rapped. You hear
I
the
can't
lyric
rap it.
spoken.
I'm
So
not
what you trying
What?
to
rapping.
say? Damn, you trying to do
I'm
you
not
trying to do
rapping.
Time Easy like that?
I'm
What you
rapping.
trying to
No,
say?
you reciting it. You're not like rapping it.
Oh.
Okay, well let me rap it. Pimp Daddy's I don't know how to rap.
Right.
Pimp
Go
Daddy's
ahead.
gone as he maxes and relaxes. She can't even sue for money pushes don't pay taxes. Who said it?
I don't know.
Oh shit. And you just said the name of the record is Calling Mr. Welfare by Big Daddy Kane.
I said it sounded like something that Kane said. I was like,
Right,
wow.
but you didn't say that's him. You didn't put your foot out there. You
Hey,
didn't jump.
Someone said in the chat room, the moment when you produce too many records. This is
that
that moment.
that's the truth. You know that's the truth. There's some out there. There's some out there that people be reminding me. Remember when you did such and such? I'm like, I don't even
Nope.
remember. I don't even remember.
Well, that's a good thing. We got enough material out there that you like, man, that was just one of the ones. Hey, but I appreciate you guys
Thanks for
playing the
playing.
game. Glad you good sports about it. And for participating, you win absolutely nothing. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yo, that got me spinning, man. Wow.
So hey, Big D, why don't you tell everybody again, the name of the album, everything where they can get it, where they can come follow you on social. Just give the people everything they need to know so that they can tap in and lock in to the movement, everything
Um,
that's going on.
I'm on Instagram at Big D underscore CEO underscore hold up, Big D underscore CEO underscore BGF Entertainment. I'm on Facebook, D Williams, Twitter, The Real Big D, YouTube, Big D BGF Entertainment. And we got the label BGF Entertainment. The website is bgfentllc.com. They could go on there, you know what I mean, and stream the music, purchase whatever they want to purchase. We got a line of sneakers and shoes coming out called Diavellis. What people didn't know is that I brought stock into Levi's, man. So want to thank
On
everybody
Robin Hood?
for their support, man. Yeah, I got into that stock,
Nice.
man. My wife taught me the stock game, man.
How long ago did you buy into Levi?
It's been like about almost a year and a half now.
Really? So Levi is growing still?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm about to hit you up for some tips. I got a Robin Hood account.
Let's talk,
I'm
man.
trying to work with it.
Let's talk, man.
With it.
Yes, sir.
Word.
So my wife, she owns businesses. She got her own lipstick line with alcohol, lip gloss line for women with alcohol. She got a chapstick line for men with alcohol. She got her own car dealership, K's Auto Palace. She own her own
Nice.
management. You know what I mean? I got two other clothing lines, the BGF Entertainment clothing line. I got my son clothing line. Like I said, the Levi's. I got the label now. So, we working, man. Mo B got his company about to, pump off in a minute. And we just working and grinding, man. That's basically it, man.
That's what's up. And the people need to hear that, to know that you gotta
Go get the
take
album
this
too,
gift
man.
and push it forward. You gotta
I hope
move it over
everybody
to your right a little bit.
Huh?
Keep moving to your right.
He's
Keep
good.
moving to your right.
He's good.
Okay, you good right there? All right, freeze.
That's the Big D Easy Mo B double album. Know what I mean? You can get
Word.
it out of Best Buy, Walmart, FYE. You know what I mean? Yeah, we everywhere. We on the show. And not only that, but hold on, let me show you something, man. Y'all see?
Nice.
Bam, limited
Yeah,
edition.
I need that.
That
Know what I mean?
avocado.
I
Yeah.
need that.
Know what I mean? It's the
Somebody
truth,
yesterday
man.
called it lemon. I like that.
It's the
Yeah,
truth, man. Know what I mean?
lemon, avocado. And once again, that album features Cool Keith, Peter Guns, Immortal Technique, Lil Fame, Percy P, Grandmaster Caz, Devastating Tito, Royal Flush, Bruce Wayne, production by Easy Mo B, and many more. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Produced by
So you
Just
definitely
Blaze. Produced by Just
Just
Blaze,
Blaze.
Static
Static
Selector,
Selector.
Cool Keith, Easy Mo B, baby. For those that said we couldn't do it, me and Easy Mo B are the only underground dudes that's sitting in Best Buy, Walmart, and FYE. InTileRecords.com, baby.
Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, I definitely got to get my hands on some of that vinyl. Now, is there a site where they can order the vinyl from, or
Yo,
I'm gonna put it up right now.
they
Can they
can't
see
see
that?
that. You gotta say it.
just tell us what it is? Maybe
Oh,
Tati's can
Tough,
type it in.
Tuffcom, TUFFKONG records
Okay.
at .com.
Toughkongrecords.com.
Records.com, yeah.
Definitely. Easy Mo B, what you got?
Yeah, I wanna send a special shout to Master Killer from Wu Tang. He been
Nice.
It's been a long time coming. He been preparing this album he getting ready to come with. I did some joints on there with him. Um, I also got to get off my butt and do my own compilation album.
Mm.
That's gonna be interesting. I got some music already done, and then there's gonna be new music that's gonna be added on to that also right there too. And then if anybody looking at the Instagram, see how I'm heavy posting and digging into the vaults of the SP 1200 and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah, that shit
yo,
is dope.
get up off a lot of that, put it out, release it. So expect some beat albums, some instrumental albums, projects, and things like that to come out. Um, for anybody that likes the hip hop and still do the vinyl, you could go to
Mhm.
kdrecords.com, KAYDEE records.com. Shout to Kenny Dope. We have a
Kenny
45
Dope.
box set. It's just beats, party breaks, stuff like that. Get into the vinyl, hit up kd.com and look for the party breaks. I would like to say volume one because I told Kenny we need to do another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and if you want trying to reach me on Facebook,
Right.
my government on you at Austin Harvey, OSTEN HARVEY Jr. Yo, you believe that, man? After a certain amount of time on Facebook, they made people use their government name. Did you go through that too,
Yeah,
BB?
I do. I'm on there as Dante
Uh,
Malik. I had to use my real name.
I was
hey,
like, yo,
that
I
ain't,
thought it was just, I thought it was
that ain't
just
my
me.
government name up there.
I thought they
Nah,
was just attacking me. But then when I saw the
yeah,
legendary, huh?
No,
I said,
they try to
I ain't put my
get you to send
government
your
name up
ID and
there.
everything.
Yeah, then when I saw the legendary cool DJ Red Alert, one of the most important, greatest DJs of all time, he had to put his real name up there. Fred, I forgot his last name. I was like, okay, it's not just me. This is policy. But
Yeah, I
on
had to do
there,
it.
I go by my government, Austin Harvey Jr. On the Instagram, it's at EasyMoBee, at EASYMOBEE. On the Twitter, it's at EASY underscore MO underscore BEE.
somehow you guys have to figure out how to consolidate eventually. At least
What you
with
mean?
Twitter and IG, meaning that, you know,
Everything
your
should be the
Twitter,
same, right?
it should be the same. So you could just be like, Easy Mo B, dang, or whatever it is. I mean, I know sometimes it's not that simple because people snatch up the names, but it's, you know,
That's
eventually
what
we all
it
like
be.
to choose a thing. And, you know I gotta get out of here, but I have to ask you because it was asked, and I also want to know, real, if you can, Easy Mo B, real quick, tell us how it was working with Jizza and RZA in the early days. Did you foresee what they were gonna become and
Well,
acquire as far as
they manager back then at that time, Mel Quan. Shouts to Shabazz
Mhm.
too with the furs and the clothing. Um, they walked up to me in a party. I had just finished doing the Kane stuff, and it's like, I want you to work with my new artist. The new artist he was talking about was Genius. You know,
Yeah,
we all know later he became Jizza. So they
right.
started coming out to the projects. I was still living in the projects in Brooklyn then, man. And
Okay.
yo, they was there. Reza was like, yo, how you work that, G? And I was on the SP 1200. He picked up on his own and took it to the stars. Salute to
Took it to the
RZA.
moon.
For that matter, salute the whole entire Wu Tang
Oh,
phenomenon.
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely put that footprint in the game, kicked a lot of ass. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys. You
Oh,
definitely
thank you
for
for having
having
me,
me,
B.
brother.
shared some history with us. I can see in the chats they appreciate it as well. Um, but shit, we're gonna keep it moving. Big D, we talk. Well, B, I'm still waiting on that track, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
You interviewed us. Now I'm gonna interview you. What was it like working with Pac on I Get Around?
Well, I just remember every time I go in the studio, I'm like, "Did you talk to Easy Mo B? Is he gonna give me a beat?"
I love that record, man.
Yeah, all right. That's Shock G. He did the thing.
Yeah.
Word. So yeah, man. We're gonna jump off, but you guys are legends. Appreciate you. The love is real. This is your platform. So whenever Big D, when the record comes out officially, the full album, jump back on with me. Let's promote it. Mo
Okay.
B, I'll be watching you on Friday nights, DJ. You just gotta
Yeah.
shout me out one time. Look up and push a like or something. Let me know you see me.
Yeah, I gotta pay more attention to the names.
Nah, it's good. Just fucking with you. But yep, that's what it do. So I'm gonna check in with both of y'all
No
in a
cap,
little
man.
bit. All right.
Salute to you, King.
Oh man, salute to you.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. All right. Peace.
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 You're on.
That was dope. Nice. Once again, man, that was amazing. Like all the history and the history we just got was epic, and Easy Mo B from Sanjay with Ultramagnetic. Like I was just in awe of both of those guys being present to watch the evolution of production and sampling from the Criminal Minded, the Ultramagnetic through, I didn't even get to talk to Moby about, being around Molly Mall, because Molly Mall started really sampling the loops and making that shit go. Um, all that shit is dope. So this was an amazing show, and I'm so glad that everybody that tuned in tapped in with your guy, and we made it work. Before we get out, I just have to mention once again that, everybody check in with dumerch.com and 90shiphop.com. Digital Underground, officially licensed Digital Underground and classic 90s hip hop artists merchandise. TZ, can you type it in the chat room, the website, or do I need to do it?
What website?
The DU merch
It's on the screen.
in the chat. So Oh, okay. We did have a meeting. Put you on blind.
Yes, but that's after the show.
All right. Well,
Did you mention
everybody, please go
the
to
legendary shirts?
what? Oh, Legendary Collection. Yeah, D merch. Right now, we just launched the official DU Legendary Collection, classic moments in time in the history of Digital Underground. So, it's graphic tees of just legendary situations, limited time. So please go to dumerch.com and grab your DU Legendary Collection tee. Also go to dopeonly.com to get your Oakland, USA VP Edition hoodie or sweatshirt to celebrate the new Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, who is from Oakland, California. So please support dopeonly.com, and you want to go get your massage and chiropractic work at my friend Namesh Ladwahala in Rolling Heights. And that would be at 19716 Colima Road in Rolling Heights, California. If you're in Southern California, please tap in. Next week, our guest will be DC from the legendary Tag Team back again. I know y'all seen the Geico commercials. Scoop, it is. It's going to be popping. We're going to talk all about it. Please make sure you check out the audio podcast version of the Going Way Back show every Monday and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on thebeastradio.com. That's DABEASTRADIO.com with exclusive guest artist mixes by our third member of the crew, DJ Always. So, hopefully I'll check everybody out next week. Thank you, Time Teasy. You do an amazing job. You did an amazing job, as you always do. Everybody that's in the chat room, you guys are amazing. Appreciate all of the engagement. The questions were dope. I hope I got to enough of them. But if not, you got it. You got the Instagram, DM them niggas and ask them yourself. I'm sure they'll answer. Man, we're gonna step on out. Everybody, take care of yourself. If you're on the East Coast, stay with it. And until next time, people, please be easy. Yeah.
What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back. It's the Going Way Back show with Money B. Classic hip hop, raw and uncut.